Happy Monday morning. I was just writing in a gratitude journal about things in my room that I was grateful for and gifts I want to give. I just gave away my thrifted piano chair. It's like fabric and upholstered, like more like embroidery almost, that I found in Cudahy, Wisconsin. And I used it to teach piano lessons. That's the only time I really sat on it. And now I teach virtually, so just kind of cluttering the room. I'll show you the space at the end. And then I was writing about things I was grateful for, and my eyes fell on my sweet guitar. I don't play guitar much because I'm untrained, self-taught. But the sound of a guitar is probably the most soothing to my heart. Probably because, I was 2 years old and my dad would play guitar, write songs, play famous songs. I mean, since I was 0 years old, but I remember it almost as young as like 2 or 3, just this feeling, this very youthful child feeling of like sitting on the floor while my dad sat on a chair and us kids just sitting there and listening to his songs. It was a very soothing way to spend an evening. Take me into your light and take me into your heart. Let me know you want me here. Let me know you need me in your arms, and take my hand this time and try to hold it when things don't want to rhyme, when you can't find the line that feels right, and I'll be with you either way, and I'll hold your heart in mine, and I'll take this love with me to the grave, 'cause it's all I ever wanted, 'cause it's all I ever needed here. Give me your voice, like a great light unfolding through your heart, unfolding like wisdom from your mouth. Be what you need to be. It won't change this light in me, and I'll give you my word. For our eternity, and much to me, 'cause I can see you. Even when even when it makes no sense, even when the clouds are in the way, even when your love is cold and gray, even when I'm supposed to see this pain, even when your name feels like just a name, even when you're not shining for me, but you're still shining, you're still shining, I just can't see. So I trust this light in me, more than I trust my eyes. And you would too, if you had seen what I've seen. That darkness doesn't lead to anything. That darkness doesn't deserve my love. It's just a place to belong to. While I look up at the clouds above, hold them in my mind like a seed holds the knowledge of being a tree. Doesn't get lost in the dark, and I'm a tree, like a tiny little spark, and you're a tree, if you say you are, and I'm a wave and a cloud too, but I'm mostly the light. I'm just like you. There's some really pretty clouds that whole time. Wow. Clouds and light. Mostly clouds and light. Just like a song title I once wrote. There you go, here's some clouds. I hope you can see them. I hope you can see the light too. A lot of my songs are about nature, but also about God, and also about light, kind of about eternity and time and just being alive, feeling all of that coursing in you, kind of like a mystic, like, you know, like Rumi or something. I don't know if you know Rumi, but I think it's possible to feel God. I think it's important to study spiritual wisdom too. Specifically in my case, I've been reading the Bible more than I used to, because I think I was developing some pretty harsh blind spots by only reading things like The Power of Now or recently like The Secret. All of those are useful. I used to read the Tao Te Ching a lot. Buddhist literature, Pema Chodron is a favorite. But there are some definite things that I had some blind spots about as somebody that does truly believe in God. So, I don't know. I see the interconnectedness of things. I hope you can too. And if you can't, that's okay. It's just what I do. I really think I'm not getting a cloud shot. I have no idea. All right, let's do another song. Maybe a piano one. I have my sweatshirt inside out because I remembered that there was a chapter in like middle school or something where we all wore our sweatshirts inside out. I don't really know why we did that. I think it was middle school. It might have been high school, actually. A very scrubby phase. All right. I kind of like the weird look of my folder blocking part of that. So there you go. I don't know what that is. But,
Maybe
Maybe I challenge what you believe we should do with our lives. But it's getting late in my personal life. I can't keep being afraid of putting out your light with mine. I can't keep being afraid of you hating my guts. Just because I see the world so much differently than you. Can't keep being afraid of you hating my life. Just because I use time like paint on a brush from God. And this moment's important to me like the rest of them. And I'll paint this moment or I'll write it with a sacred pen. It's not all that I'll do, but I love this too. And I can't be afraid anymore. If you think what I do with my time is a joke, I can't be afraid anymore. If you think I should stop writing all these songs and just go into a studio and make it more professional, or go into a moment and stay there for a year, I'm not made like you. I'm not made like those people who want to succeed, who follow one dream and believe in one song like a single, and they tell you you should jam along in your mind, who wear all the clothes, who dress up that way that you're supposed to dress, to make the world say what you say, to make them believe. No, I'm not like you. No, I'm not like you. To make them say what you say, to make them believe. 'Cause I am not like you. I am not like you. I said a name at the end, but I just said it in my heart. Note to self, Jess, it rhymed. Well, I guess I'll play one more. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, here's Punky Brewster. Super out of tune, Punky Brewster. I don't know where my tuner is, so I'm just going to tune it to itself. So, yeah, it's a Monday morning. I'm wearing pajama pants and lamb slippers. I keep washing them in the laundry, but they just still look dirty, like they're falling apart. But they're just so cute. Hello. I bought them in Frankenmuth. Huh, yeah, it was the day after I remembered Jesus. If you think of Jesus just like a bridge, not just, but if you think of Jesus like a bridge, rather than getting lost in the historical data, that to me is the most important feeling part, is the idea of God, the biggest light we can imagine, the entire universe, the source of all energy, deciding to come and live a human experience. Like, if you just think of Jesus as not a symbol, like an inspirational story. That's hokey. But if you think of the entirety of the universe and all of light and all of power and all of wisdom and all of creation as a foundational thing we can't understand at all, bigger than any of us because it's the sum of all of us and of everything. If you imagine that becoming, whether or not you can handle the historical piece, if you can just imagine it from a spiritual perspective, like a mystic perspective of that thing we can't understand, the great I am, the greatness that is. If you can imagine all of that choosing to be in a human body and live a human experience, choosing to follow an authentic heart, authentic voice, and choosing to be, not wanting to be persecuted, but choosing authentic truth, authentic resonance, authentic faith, following God the way that Jesus heard God, I guess you can say. I mean, I know that's controversial to think of human beings hearing God, but we can. That's part of the gift. And so if you think of Jesus being guided by himself, God, the big God source, and now being in a human experience and following perfectly, even all the way to having your body destroyed at the hands of men. Like, that's a terrifying story. That level of perfect following, of divine, light-filled, spirit-filled guidance. The idea of following to that extreme blows my mind. Like, I feel a lot of the times like I'm following flow and I'm following God. It's the muse, you know? It's what has been written about in every generation, in every century, is these people crediting all of their work, all of their artwork, all of their music, all of their poetry to God or to the Creator or to divine inspiration. It's since the beginning of time for artists, always saying it wasn't me, it was like something moving through me, the muse. And I'm sure, you know, if you want to debate nuts and bolts, there's all kinds of ways that we can analyze it or talk about it, but I don't want to get into that right now. I really should find my tuner. I just don't know where it is. I just don't even know where to look. Hold on. I have one idea. This was not my idea, but there's an in-tune ukulele sitting right over there, so we'll go with that. All right. So if that helps you, rather than think of whatever might have, say you're somebody who was alienated by the Christian church because of particular aspects of the dogma, well, isn't that a shame to like let a few people who maybe are misunderstanding the entirety of the universe and of all of human history, of all time and of none, to let like a few people who may be just as misguided and hypocritical as the next person, because people with faith or without faith are misguided and hypocritical all the time. That's just human nature. I mean, if you want to get into it in the Bible, you could say that that wasn't what we were meant to be. That was like what happened when we chose knowledge and playing God for ourselves. But rather than really believing in just like this sacred wisdom, this sacred like inspiration, I don't know. Anyway, so I look at Jesus as like this extreme example of like what I want to say horrifying and horrific experience of following God, but I guess it's both comforting and terrifying, you know, to follow some sort of divine compass. But the piece that's comforting is to know that like, okay, but you know, if you then also believe in the resurrection and you believe that that was meant to be like a love song from God to us, to say, look, I'm creating a bridge. Through you understanding that story, that's the bridge. And then Jesus leaving behind like the Holy Spirit. And whether or not you believe all of this, it's irrelevant. I'm just asking you to go with me mentally on this. Like, if Jesus then left behind the Holy Spirit, then that's what the artists and the poets and the philosophers and the dreamers throughout all of human history, or at least since Jesus, are interacting with. And even if you don't call it that, and even if you don't believe in that story, it's hard to ignore the fact that separate from churches and separate from conquering and persecution and all this stuff that people get hung up on when they criticize the church once they are outside of the church, or if they were never in it and are outside of it. There's a lot of criticism in the world. But I don't like to focus on that because my experience with God is very personal. And it's probably my experience with the Holy Spirit, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we can't experience God. That's like saying, could I go hug the sun just because I doodle a sun in the corner of my journal all the time? Like, no, I would burn up and die. So it's like, I don't know that we can experience the creator of the entire universe in a way that makes any sense to our tiny human brains. Like, we would just explode like tiny little ants under a foot or a monster truck, you know. But can I understand the perfect following of divine inspiration? Yes, even though it horrifies me. So even thinking about Jesus doesn't work for me very often. So then if I go a step further and I just focus on this Holy Spirit feeling of like, whoosh, feeling like a light, or feeling like a radio tower, receiving a vibration, a frequency, a light. I guess, or light wouldn't be a radio tower. But either way, when I focus on that piece of it, the Holy Spirit feeling piece, then it kind of doesn't matter what intellectual problems I tangle myself up in about the idea of God, if God's a loving God, or how could a loving God allow so much pain. The Problem of Pain is a book by C.S. Lewis that I recommend a lot. I just finished reading it, and it's like divinely inspired in my opinion, and it analyzes pretty much every angle you could ever debate about how could a loving God who gave all of us free will, including murderers, including, you know, and how do you, I mean, people don't start out as murderers. I'm not going to get into that. This is way, very, very heavy themes. Well, one more song. I don't think I'm in tune. I think I made it worse. Oh, well. Oh, I made it way worse. Well, maybe it wasn't meant to be on ukulele. Maybe that sounds kind of pretty. I'll just stick with that. Yeah, that one sounds okay too. Okay, F major and D minor. Here we go. Light in you, love in me. I create my own insanity by what I need to be free of, by what I hide away from, and time like a river is running, it's roaring through me. I don't know if I'll get to go to the end I envisioned, but you just gave me that vision a few months ago. professional one as a plug. So don't go away feeling small if you can. You are larger than this whole world that you hold in your hand. It's in your mind like a seed. And you can be what you want, what you need. If you trust that power source, like me, you can be the greatest version of yourself. And you don't have to take 20 years like I did to become yourself. And you don't have to dig up all your trauma bombs like I did to be yourself. And you don't have to come across landmines to be yourself, to be yourself. It might help you learn about your blind spots. If you spend 20 years in therapy or 12-step groups, but it might hurt you too and make your blind spots in control of you. There's no guarantee anything leads to anything. Why not follow the light you feel in you, in you, in you? There's no guarantee for you and me. So why not follow the brightest things you believe? Why not follow the light, that great white light in the sky that holds the dark like a seed, like the seed of light is in the dark. It's so clear to me, but I can't make you see that symbol is true. That the black and white revolving is you, is you, is you, is you. But also the black and white revolving is just the canvas for you. It's true and also not true. All that's true is the light. Really, at any moment, it is here. At any moment, it is here. So be here, be here, be here. All the birds are watching me and singing their own tune. They're looking out at the world, and I'm looking in to myself and seeing the world in you. There's one. Hey, buddy. All right, have a good night or day, whatever it is for you. Bye.